Good morning. I'm Jasmine Anderson. For the first time in 12 years, there's a new leader in Suffolk County. Ed Romaine was sworn in as county executive yesterday at Eastport South Manor Junior-Senior High School. Guest speakers included Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer. Romaine is the first Republican to take the office since 1999.
Let me say, it is a new day in Suffolk County. This administration will be rooted in the values and traditions of hard work, personal initiative, and accountability so we can build a future that is safe and more affordable and provides hope and opportunity to our citizens.
So what's on the agenda for the next 4 years? Romaine says he'll prioritize cybersecurity, affordable housing, the environment, law enforcement, and improve child protective services. An arrest in the New Year's Eve stabbing on the East End. Police say 18-year-old Javion Nash Jones of Riverhead stabbed a 44-year-old woman in the chest at the River Point apartment complex in Riverhead. The victim, who lives in the East Main Street facility, survived the attack. Nash Jones is in court today. Long Island's second recreational pot shop is expected to open today. Happy Days Dispensary posted on social media that it plans to open today. The shop is located on Route 109 in Farmingdale. Only a Newsday, an embattled senior living community in Port Washington, may soon have a new owner. Iowa-based Life Care Services Community won an auction for the former Amsterdam by Harborside facility in bankruptcy court last month. They will pay $63 million for it. The facility's owners filed for bankruptcy for the third time in 9 years last spring. East Hampton Town is hoping goats can help solve an invasive species problem in Montauk. The town is looking to have goats eat invasive plants like the Japanese honeysuckle in the Benson Reserve. They would then reseed native plants. The plan is estimated to cost about $850,000. She didn't quite make midnight. What can she say? She was born to be fashionably late, but Kelsey Janelle Reyes became the first child born at a Long Island hospital in 2024 at 12:10 a.m. yesterday morning, making her entrance at South Shore University Hospital in Bayshore.
When they say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then Happy New Year, the baby's almost coming in like that, you know.
Welcome to the world. The bundle of joy weighed just under 7 pounds. And she had some company, too. The second baby born on Long Island and first in Nassau County was born at Long Island Jewish Medical Center in New Hyde Park 1 minute later at 12:11. Long Islanders' millionaire dreams were dashed last night. The $842 million Powerball ticket was sold in Michigan. The prize is the fifth largest Powerball jackpot ever won. The winning numbers 12, 21, 42, 44, 49, and Powerball 1. Checking out your hyper-local forecast. Clear skies today, highs around 40 degrees. Tonight, we drop down into the 30s, so expect it. It's the wintertime, folks. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, highs around 44 degrees. A little bit of a warm-up, but not really. A look at your 7-day forecast coming up.
Long Island weather is brought to you by Home Tax Saver, PTRC Incorporated.
A new pop-up exhibit is celebrating the rich history of Roosevelt Field. Steve Langford has a story you'll see only in Newsday.
Most, I would say the majority of Long Islanders don't know the rich history that took place here at Roosevelt Field.
Roosevelt Field, the airport, that is, that preceded Roosevelt Field, the mall, where a pop-up exhibit curated by the Cradle of Aviation Museum has just opened to show and tell the incredible story of what was on this very property a century ago, the Mecca of aviation.
It was literally the most famous airport in the world in the 1920s and 30s.
The world's premier airport, it was known as, where so many legendary aviation pioneers came to show off their stuff, including a man named Lindbergh, who in 1927 almost didn't make it off of Roosevelt Field, overloaded with fuel as he attempted to head toward Paris and into history.
He did barely clear the trees on the eastern edge of the field at Merrick Avenue. There was a row of trees and telephone wires, and he did clear it, but not by a lot.
From Long Island and beyond, crowds came to Roosevelt Field in those days to watch men and women defy the gods of gravity.
This was the big activity on the weekend, to come out and watch airplanes fly. Most people on the planet at that point had never seen an airplane fly.
But after World War II, this land became more valuable as the pioneers of shopping centers replaced those of flight, a commercial trend common in the annals of aviation.
Here's a fun fact. By the 1930s, the Wright brothers got out of the aviation business, moved up here to New York, and got into real estate.
The exhibit by the Cradle of Aviation Museum, expected to run into the new year at least, attracted a new fan on a quiet Tuesday morning at the mall.
It is quite a remarkable sight to see, and I am happy to be standing here right now above history.
At the very least, a change of pace for anyone weary of trudging around the mall.
One part of the family may be shopping and the other part may be looking for something to do.
Now boarding for a trip back to the historic origins of Roosevelt Field. Steve Langford for Newsday TV.
Very cool. Read more about the new aviation pop-up on Newsday.com. Just click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Not your grandma's needlepoint, the Locust Valley destination breathing new life into the art. Elisa DiStefano has a story you'll see only in Newsday.
It's the new needlepoint.
I think when people think of needlepoint, traditionally they think of those kind of designs from the 70s and 80s.
Vaughn Dorian is elevating the stitching space at the Red Thread Atelier, her new needlepoint destination in Locust Valley.
There are a lot of new designers, kind of more modern and chic, and I'm really trying to change everybody's perception of needlepoint and, you know, how awesome it is now.
There is so much to look at in here. When someone comes in for the first time, what's the first thing that happens?
Okay, so you come in and you're a little overwhelmed.
Yes,
but
very.
You have to pick up your first, they're called patterns or canvases.
There's over 1,000 patterns to choose from, including lots of local love and cheeky sayings that will have you in stitches.
This is a great beginner piece.
Okay, I have never done this before, so I guess that would be...
This is what you're going with. Next, we want to pick the color. You could go for the way it's painted, red and white, or you could do what's called a color swap.
Stick with the red.
You're gonna stick with the OG.
Yes. If you are new to needlepoint like me, Vaughn can teach you the basics as you sit and stitch.
So the first thing we're gonna do is open our skein of thread.
Okay.
So then you thread your needle, and then we start stitching.
She also offers classes for every level.
Look, it's looking good.
It looks good, it looks great.
2 rows done. Yeah. Thousands more to go.
Yeah. The applications of what you can do with needlepoint has really advanced. It's purses and laptop cases and sunglass cases, so it's a lot of fun, and there's, you know, something for everyone. I wanted to do something to also be a value add to my community. They're making something usually for somebody else, so they're giving back, so it's kind of like I'm the beginning of this pay it forward craft, and it's really inspiring and rewarding.
Elisa DiStefano, Newsday TV.
I'm gonna be here for a while.
It's looking good, Elisa. Read more about the Red Thread Atelier on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
Information about communities is lost if you don't have local reporters, and if there's no one reporting, how do you know what's going on in your community?
Newsday, covering Long Island like no one else can.
I'm Jasmine Anderson. Happy New Year, everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll leave you with a look at your hyperlocal 7-day forecast.